Joining us now to discuss KDWN Las Vegas radio show host Steve Sanchez and Project 21 member Whitley Yates. Whitley, I wanted to get your thoughts on this. We had a conversation last hour with Bruce Lavelle, who pointed out that if you could track African-American families that had things taken away from them in the past, there can be some legitimacy to these claims because, you know, let's face it, still should be property belonging to them. The issue changes, though, when it's applied categorically based on race. That's my interpretation. And I wanted to get your thoughts.
Yeah, I find it interesting that California, which is probably one of the most liberal places that I've ever lived as a former resident of the state, is using Freedmen's language, which was honestly enacted by Republicans back in 1865 after we, were willing to risk our lives, die, and fight for the freedom of others who don't look like us, that they're utilizing this Republican language inside of their bill. Is it true that you can track and repair harm done? Absolutely. California just did it. I think what we have to look at as a whole is California seems to fail at everything, right? Public safety, their economic development, their economy goes from boom to bust in months. They haven't been able to really get anything right. And everything that they attempt to do, they seem to fail at. So we've got tent cities everywhere. We've got corruption all over the entire state. We've got Kamala Harris and the policies that she perpetrated that negatively impacted people that looked like her. So do I think California is going to try and repair the harm that it's done? No, because it's still doing harm.
Interesting. Here are the proposed California reparations, Steve, and immediate actions to estimate amounts stolen from black businesses and redistribution, and compensation for individuals forcibly removed from their homes, those harmed by anti-black health care, and families denied inheritances. And Steve, I'll ignore for the moment the topic of the fact that Hispanics have never been discriminated against in California. We know that. I say that tongue in cheek, of course. But with this, I think we can all agree that if there's some paper trail that something belongs to someone, that's one issue. It's quite another when you start talking about free tuition. These are being suggested. This is not confirmed yet, but they're talking about housing grants, higher wages, free tuition. Again, this would be based on your race, I assume, and I don't know how much they would have to track that to actually having heritage that goes back to slavery days.
Yeah, you're right, Bob. Look, I think we'll all agree if someone's owed something, they deserve it. I mean, It's just as simple as that. I think anybody will agree with that. That's not what this is. This is political pandering. This is all this is. We're in a position right now in America for the first time in a long time that even Democrats are upset with what's going on in this country. They know, as President Obama said, there is going to be a shellacking that takes place in these midterm elections. So when that happens, or there's that fear from the left that this is going to happen, what do we do best? Let's have these tactics. Let's politically pander to groups. I am not a separatist. I'm a Hispanic. I believe in every color in the crayon box. But this is what Gavin Newsom and the left in California is doing. Other states will follow suit because all it is let's pander for votes. And these people that are in Washington, that are in California, these leftist thinkers, they don't care about the people. If they cared about the people, things would have been done decades ago, but they don't. It's just political pandering. I think all of us know that at this point.
Yeah, interesting observation. Steve Sanchez, Whitley Yates. If you'll stand by, we'll get back to you in just a little bit.